Oh, morning check-in, morning check-in. Let me get my levels up. Morning check-in, morning check-in. Like I said, morning check-in, morning check-in. Oh, ooh, the sun's beaming this way. Okay, morning check-in. All right, morning check-in. Just getting ready for the advisors show. As you can tell, I'm, outside again and things like that. So, uh, yesterday was an exciting Super Bowl, but just like I expected. Um, but Bengals was a good team. I'm not surprised. It wasn't an easy game. They both had good defense and things like that. And I was just saying to myself, that was kind of like what I expected. But the problem was they should have ran the ball more. But Burrows did a good thing, but he didn't get intercepted. They sacked him a couple times. That's what Tennessee should have done. Let's see, he can come back and win the game. But LA, I'm not impressed with they win because it's an asterisk too, because they try to say Matthew Stafford didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't do shit. Cooper Cup carried that team. I heard this on Citizen Lou's stream yesterday. One of his panelists said Cooper Cup carried him. I said, yeah, he did. He played well, and that's why he got the Super Bowl MVP. And the reason he got the Super Bowl MVP, I watched that whole game. He played extremely well. Matthew didn't really do shit, to be honest with you. He just threw a couple of interceptions. That kind of hurt him a little bit. But next year, they ain't going to go back again. This is like, I'll give you an example about the Rams. In that division, the Seahawks was going to the Seahawks and the Rams are damn near similar. Because I've noticed about McVay, he reminds you of a younger version of Pete Carroll a little bit. I like Sean McVay. I know he's from this state in Georgia, but that's what he reminds me of. It's that team that you have a good defense, a lackluster offense. They're not going to be together next year. Because dude said he's going to retire. He was trash too. I was impressed with Von Miller helping them. I'm sorry, I call how I see it. Them two guys that Cooper cut and them two, they actually kind of saved them. And I'm sorry to say that. And they got bailed out. And it's a team sport. You got to understand. The Super Bowl is a team sport. And what I've noticed about two teams, both sides could have won the Super Bowl. I'm just going to say Cincinnati had a chance to beat them. The problem with Cincinnati is they didn't pick the right receivers to throw it at. He could have thrown the guy that had the 85. It was covering Chase. It was covering Mixon. And I understand how they was playing the game. I saw that game, man. I was like, damn, I was impressed with Cincy. Now, Cincy may go back next year. I will see them or Kansas City because AFC is weird like that because we don't know how Tennessee's going to be next year because that they got lucky. Cincinnati shouldn't have played Tennessee. They should have lost in the first round. Most people say, well, Raiders didn't do so good. I was looking at that game because I missed half of that. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, Captain, running the ball too. But the problem with the Bengals is they got a good offense. The problem is they just need the guys on the right side to help them protect the quarterback more. But I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is if they got extra plays, they'll understand what's going on. But I think Cincy did an excellent job. They had a hell of a season. I mean, they should be proud of themselves. That team is a good fit for a long term. That team will come back. I'll say Cincinnati will come back. Buffalo's just trash. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Buffalo Bills is just trash. But you do have other good AFC teams. They're all good. Tennessee's better. I'm just sorry, but Cincinnati always beat them. That's just Cincinnati. That's just who they are. But being the Rams, that was a good team, but they were not the best team. I'm sorry. It's just Matthew Stafford's just overrated. He's not gonna do it again. The reason he's not gonna do it again, he don't belong in the Braves. The only reason he got the Super Bowl, he got carried. The better quarterbacks in the NFC, like I said, it can be anybody. It can be Rodgers. It varies because the NFC ain't got shit. They ain't got nobody, to be honest with you. I'm just keeping the 1,000. Garoppolo should just stay in San Francisco because he could easily beat the Rams. I bet you Garoppolo's going to have some good weapons next year because San Francisco will come back. The problem with the Rams, they just had a good defense. They just had Von Miller. Von Miller's not going to stay there long term. He's a ring chaser. That's all he is. He's a ring chaser. That's why I didn't like him when he was playing with my Broncos. Even though I'm a big Eagles fan in the NFC, that's my favorite team in the NFL. My second favorite is the Broncos. I always like them against the rival Raiders. Raiders like my third favorite because Raiders always been lackluster. That's three teams I like in the NFL, but technically I'm more of an Eagles fan than I am those other two teams. With the Broncos, Peyton Manning carried your ass to make you MVP. Let's just keep it 1,000. That team, I'm not impressed. I mean, I'm glad they won, but it can be an asterisk too because the only reason they won that game was the penalties at the tail end. That's what saved them. Everybody was betting against the Rams. I've noticed that too. I saw the bets. Everybody was going for Cincinnati. And I'm not surprised because Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's he's a great quarterback. He's not a good, he's a great quarterback. Once you went to the Super Bowl, you're a great quarterback. Next step is can he win one? He will. With that team, I would say yes. He just needs one piece. I would say on his offensive line, he can coast. The problem with Joe Burrow he's got to deal with is Baltimore's, they're going down. They're not going to use Jackson. Jackson's going to go somewhere else because he don't want that contract. Ravens is going to tank. I say the Ravens going to tank. Steelers going to tank. It's going to be Cleveland and Cincinnati. For the next 5 years, it's going to be Cleveland and Cincinnati because I think Cleveland and Cincinnati are going to be who they are. You're going to see a lot of orange helmets in that division. I don't like the Browns. They're the fake Cleveland Browns. But that Cincinnati team, my words, they're going to come back. They're going to come back full strong and full force. That team should not be ashamed of that loss because it was expected because both of them wanted badly. Would that championship help the city? Hell no, because the Rams are still trash. You just won your first championship in LA because that team was cursed for a while in LA when they went to St. Louis. I remember when they were the St. Louis Rams, but I remember their history very well when they were the LA Rams. They was trash back in the day. Until they got to St. Louis, it got better. See, that St. Louis spirit got in them. Sean McVay wants to bring that back into LA. So that's a good look for an LA market team. But quiet as kept, it's still a basketball town. I'm sorry, man. That's a Laker town. Like the Lakers, quiet as kept. I'm not a Lakers fan, and I know Dre's watching it. I tell him, yeah, they can win the championship, but it's like Brady knew he was going to lose, but I didn't think he was going to lose like that. I didn't think he was going to be lose this year. You know what I'm saying? Because whoever wins or lose, because I keep up with him and LeBron consistently. I'm not fans of them because every time they meet, they always pick them for some odd reason. Because I pay attention who's going to win the game. But then I'm just like saying to myself, "What's going on, Travis? Salute." I'm just saying to myself, why Brady play? Even though they were the defending champs. And I'm glad they got beat by the Rams. That was a good feat. But the Rams played the Cardinals, so we already know what time it is. All right. But like I said, man, LeBron's team's not doing good. It's just what it is. He said the Rams needed that win because the Lakers ain't going nowhere. Exactly. They ain't going to, yeah, they need that win. And they ain't going to help the city. But you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. It's just what it is. And I agree, Torin. I agree. That win, they needed it. I'll tell you several reasons why they needed it. Number one, it's the reputation of Los Angeles. Because if the Lakers is the standard of your town, then you got UCLA, and then you got other teams, right? Now the Chargers will be interesting. I would love to see them win a Super Bowl for LA. See, this is the market I was talking about yesterday about the money, right? LA, right? Well, I would love to see the Chargers win one in LA. It'd be nice because I'm okay with that because I don't even like the Chargers like that. But I'd rather see them win more Super Bowls than the Rams. Rams is just obvious. Rams is one of those teams you be like, you know what I mean? But it's hard. It's a hard sell. But Sean McVay is a good coach. It's gonna be like Seattle. They're gonna be like Seattle. They'll be in the playoffs every year. They just not gonna win a Super Bowl. It's tough to go back, man, because I don't see them dominating that. Not in that division, no. Because Seattle's gonna go right back to what it was. San Francisco's the better team in that division. I'm sorry. It's too much competition. Those are the three best teams in that division. Besides the Cardinals. Cardinals ain't gonna do shit. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Cardinals got a long way to go. To get to that level, you gotta beat everybody. So Cincinnati's gonna be on top for a while because once you got Joe Burrow, man, that's it. He impressed me in this Super Bowl. Even though that loss, he was a threat. So they made sure he wasn't gonna get that touchdown. They did a good job stopping him. They used penalties against him. They couldn't beat him straight up. Since that shit just got a couple touchdowns and end that shit and piss a lot of LA fans off. I would love to see that shit. I would love to see that shit. But see, it ain't gonna help LA because they're gonna hoard that money. They don't give a shit about the community. It's still gonna decay. That city's finito right now. You know what LA really wants, quiet as kept? They want the Lakers to win the championship and then want the Lakers to do something. That's how LA is, man. I'm sorry. The Dodgers is okay. Dodgers is okay. That's another. I forget about them. It's okay. It's Lakers, Bruins, Dodgers. You can say, well, the Rams now, because that's football team. So now the Chargers they won one. Now the Clippers. So yeah, that's all the teams in LA. Hockey team ain't do shit. The LA Kings is nice. They won a couple of titles. So LA Kings is up there above the Rams. So it's not that much you can see in LA. It's a big market. It's just nothing special about it. For Hollywood and all them other clowns. But the Lakers is the biggest. Oh, that's Laker country. Laker country's everywhere. But Lakers is gonna be who they are. But I don't even like the Lakers. But the Lakers, we already know LeBron's not winning another championship. The way it looks like it, he keeps playing what he's playing. It's suspect. I mean, he didn't win last year. If he don't win this year, that means anybody can have a championship this year. This is a new era. That means LeBron, we see retirement or stat pattern. He's got two choices. He ain't gonna play with his son. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe LeBron's gonna do that. If he does, it's a detriment. If I was LeBron, I'll just go back to Cleveland and just get the title. That's just me. You know, if I was a guy, you give their economy back. That's just the Cavaliers. Cavaliers can't do it. Now, the Cavaliers is good. They don't need no LeBron. They just try to shut people up. They don't need LeBron to do it. That's a good feat. But LeBron wants that star power to give him that championship. That's just what it is. That's a feat. Now, quiet as kept, LeBron can go anywhere. He's that type of player. I would see him go somewhere that's warm. I wouldn't go to Miami though. Damn sure wouldn't go Miami because him and Pirelli don't like each other. That'd be funny if he went to the Spurs too. My Spurs, man. I'd love to see that shit. Spurs ain't no joke. That's a good organization to come back on championships. There's a lot of good teams in the NBA. It's great. But the NFL is what it is. I'm glad somebody had to save that city, LA, but they didn't save the shit when it came to money and the economics. No. Rams just gave LA hope. They just gave them hope. All they did is just make the city stand by the team when it's downtrodden. So the Rams, it's a downtrodden team. It's home with the downtrodden. So that's all y'all got is the Rams. But a lot of people said, can they do it again? Hell no. Not with that roster. No. Because, see, you already got one player saying, I'm retiring. And he ain't even do shit. He barely did a good game if you watch that whole quarter. He just got a couple of stats. Good morning, Lady Love. Appreciate you. But yeah, like, dude, he didn't really do nothing. They, you know how the Super Bowl, what I hate about the Super Bowl, they always prop these motherfuckers on defense. They big them up like they the shit, and they really ain't the shit. It's the whole team helping him to make him the shit. I hate that shit every year, man. Like, why? And then sometimes they get destroyed in the Super Bowl. But see, the officiating is trash. Always have been in every Super Bowl. I ain't gonna say they cheated. This has always been trash because they ain't called nothing. And Ramsey got upset. He said, that man face match. Well, the rest ain't gonna call shit. It's the championship. A lot of times you ain't gonna get calls in the first three quarters. They always called on the tail end. I try to tell you the officiating is always gonna be trash. You don't I told somebody on Twitter, you can't trust the officiating winning the championship. Hell no. Cincinnati don't need that. Cincinnati should just win and fuck the officiating. Fuck the officials. Because the officials don't give a fuck about you. That's why they should just cut back on that shit too and suspend and have less referees. That's why if I create an NFL league, I'd have less refs and just use cameras to see what penalties you can get. That's what they should do because the NFL is trash, man. It's always have been. A lot of people just like the Super Bowl. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you. Most people don't like regular season. If I was y'all in the chat, I would go to any NFL game or your team's location where y'all from. I'll go to the season tickets and watch the game. That's better than watching it on television. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you. When I went to the Titans games with my pops, that's a team that he liked. I didn't care for him because we just there to watch. I just come there to watch the other teams play. To be honest with you, I didn't give a fuck about the Titans. Even though I'm originally from Tennessee, I'm an Eagles fan. I didn't care for no damn Titans because the Titans were nothing but the fucking Oilers to me. They're always gonna be the Oilers to me. They're trash. They're trash. Like it's just what it is, bro. Like sporting events like baseball, football, basketball, they're good to watch up close. Better than the television. You don't have to deal with it. Season tickets are expensive, but if you can hustle a little bit, you can watch those games. I'm just saying, that's just a suggestion. You know, I wouldn't recommend paying a lot online uh, on TV and screens because that's more expensive than the tickets. So it equals out. But if someone gives you that shit for free in real life, shit, I'll take that opportunity. My dad had a friend in his workplace gave us free Brave tickets, a seat. We went to that game regular season. That was about 3 years ago. This is before they even won the World Series. I'm glad they won the World Series last year, and the Braves is good. They're the defending World Series champs now. It's gonna be pressure them to come back. It's a lot of good teams out here, like in all sports. It's just everybody wants to win. It's up for grabs. See, the LeBron and Brady effect has gone down. The media ain't got nothing to talk about, so they're forced to talk about other players. Joe Burrow's gonna be back. He's gonna be a threat for AFC for quite some years. It ain't over because that team is actually excellent built. That's a championship team. They did it the right way. Problem with them is they need to run the ball way more. That was their weakness. They had a good running game, but they didn't have a great running game. And the Rams could not defend their running game either. Their defense was suspect. What saved the Rams was penalties, officiating in their favor, and Bengals fell into it. It was not bad coaching on Cincinnati. No, Cincinnati just played like Cincinnati. They went back to their old ways. It's just LA, the coach reminds me of Pete Carroll. That's all the hell he is, man. They barely use Sonny Michel, and I noticed that shit. And I said, see, Sean McVay's playing that Pete Carroll shit. You can't do that. That's not how you're going to win in the future. He won because pressure was on it. Pressure was on that city. That LA pressure had to win that championship. And the reason I say that, I say LA won based off of what I've seen so far. So yeah, you got the LA pressure. The Rams is gonna be fine. I don't think they're gonna go back again because the pressure of winning the Super Bowl again was going into it is what it is. Because what you see in the Super Bowl is just like I expect. I said whoever wins the Super Bowl is gonna change that standard. See, if it's hosting your team's home place, y'all better win. So LA, that was by accident. That was by accident. They wasn't supposed to be there. Supposed to be two different teams, but you know, Tampa Bay, that was Tom Brady. But you know what? Sean McVay had to shut that shit up. And I salute that. I actually salute the organization itself. I don't even like the Rams. I don't even fuck with them like that. But I salute the city of LA hosting that. They had a good halftime show. That was an excellent halftime show. It's actually one of my favorites, to be honest with you. Out of all the Super Bowls, that's my favorite. Snoop and all them. Oh my God, man. Kendrick. Oh, they killed that shit, man. All them other halftime shows, they nice. They are my favorites, but my all-time favorites are gonna be Super Bowl 56. Even though I didn't care for the game as much, game was cool too, but it's well balanced. You know what I'm saying? But I understand how the Rams was playing. But Rams was desperate. They had to get that Super Bowl, the monkey off the back. And that's the city's first Super Bowl. Even though they won one in St. Louis, but that was their first Super Bowl in LA. Even though that's their second championship, but that's their first Super Bowl in LA. To win one in LA. So that city's gonna be celebrated for a while, but next year they're not gonna do it again. I promise you that team is not gonna be the same. They wasted all the draft picks. You heard what the owner said. I read to y'all Sunday. He's that type of owner ain't shit. Just like Seattle, it's gonna falter, and no one's not gonna go there again. I just know how NFL teams are. They full of shit. They ain't helping no people in the city. You get that one championship, it's great until that shit falters. I study how teams operate, man. Study shit for years. They don't give a shit. And the economy still gonna get worse in Los Angeles. I don't care what nobody say. They try to say it's gonna save the city. No, it ain't. They ain't gonna do shit. Niggas ain't going back. No, they're not. Once you get burnt, they're gonna say fuck the city. That means the city's gonna go down. That shit ain't gonna save you. You just a piece of shit shitty like anybody else. I'll give you an example. If Cincinnati wins one, even if they won one, that would help the city a little bit, but quiet as kept ain't gonna help them long term. All these teams know. All these teams know. They're corporations. They don't give a fuck about the people. You just pay to see a game. You're entertained. It's cool. I might have to have a discussion about gladiators and arenas and cultures and shit. I might have to do that as a stream topic. I might have to mention dynasties and shit. I'm gonna have to mention that. I'm gonna have to mention that. I might have to mention that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be a good era of football since Tom Brady's gone. It's gonna be NFL's gonna be unique. I'm not gonna shit on it ever again because I don't say it like this. Sometimes that team is a good example. See, Cincinnati's gonna come back. I just have a feeling Joe Burrow's not that dumb as a quarterback. This dude's got a good offensive lineup, especially defense. Oh my god, man, Cincinnati is ridiculous. I don't even like the Bengals like that, but if the Ravens do not come back as what they are, and then Jackson goes somewhere else, and I know he's Richard from Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay would love to have him. Tampa Bay would be a good team, but I'm just saying these teams. That's your future because the last Super Bowls you're seeing, these type of teams winning that shit. Besides the Patriots, you already got a team. So yeah, Philadelphia's gonna be all right. It's just the problem with Philly is they got advantage. What's hurting Dallas is Jerry. Jerry ain't shit. That's why Dallas will always gonna be Dallas. That's just the Cowboys. Happy to V Day to you, Toya, the ultimate tutorer, the ultimate one. I missed that little short string you was talking about Zodiacs. I might have to see the replay. But you know what I'm saying? Like that Super Bowl is probably the whole thing was exciting. It was a good. It wasn't great, but it was a good Super Bowl for me. But the halftime show was excellent. It was great to me, start to finish. I enjoyed that more than anything. But the game is okay. The game was low scoring. But to me, that's the type of team that's well balanced. The scoreboard is supposed to be like that. But I would say like the Rams, what impressed me about them was they know their offense wasn't great, but their defense has always been, suspect, but they've always come out on top. The thing about the Rams defense, it wasn't the best, but it was all right. You know what I'm saying? But you had Von Miller, an MVP, carry those niggas to the Super Bowl. I'm just sorry, man. Ramsey didn't do shit. He got burnt. It was ridiculous when Cincinnati got that touchdown on him, man. That was ridiculous. I wouldn't trust Jalen Ramsey, but since he got a ring now, he barely didn't do anything. The only person that did thing was Von Miller. And what's his name? Aaron Donald. That's it. And Aaron Donald, I can't say he's a Hall of Famer. Now he got in stat wise, he's good. I would say regular season, yeah, that's what puts you in the Hall of Fame. It's not always the championship. The championship is just the icing on the cake. So he played 8 years. That don't mean anything. They say he gonna retire. He may retire, but no one cares about him. They're just gonna look at him. He didn't really do shit. Because if you look at that Super Bowl, it's not always about defense. It's about who's got the most stats to carry your team. It's a team sport. All of it's a team sport, but it's who's going to have the most stats. Okay. But like I said, man, I would say, like, to that game, the Rams really impressed me, though, because a team like that, and you see how things is about, you look at what's going on in that division. So that's the new Seattle right now. That's how I see them as, because they like the Seattle Seahawks. But if they ever go back again, they ain't gonna be the same team. Like I said, you could get beat in the Super Bowl. It's how it is. It's hard to go back to back. I've yet to see a team go back to back. Cincinnati can go because that's the team you can trust since they beat Kansas City. So Kansas City's got somebody that can beat them. That's Cincinnati. Cincinnati know how to beat Kansas City. And that's fucked up. I don't like Kansas City, but I do like the quarterback. That's it. And Tyreek Hill, that's it. And they tight end. That's three players I like on that team on offense. Defense, not so much. Kansas City, Arrowhead, they can be beat by Cincinnati. They used to the cold. Joe Burrow's a beast. He'll do it again. This is how they do regular season. But Tennessee was a good team. Tannehill's just trash. They need to get rid of Tannehill. That was a problem. They had the defense, but they offense, Henry coming back off of that, injury, whatever. That ain't the same team. Joe Burrow wasn't supposed to win that game. He got sacked way more times, but see, LA did him right. They studied that game from Tennessee. This boy keeps getting back up to start throwing and getting touchdowns. They feared of the blowout. Cincinnati will blow your ass out. They got good receivers, man. That's a good team. It's just LA realized they was desperate. That was a desperation win, so they barely beat them. They had to win that because it'd be bad if Cincy clowned them. That franchise would have been through. But LA needed a team. They needed a savior. So since the Lakers is not winning, the Rams had to win. So that was a good look for the Rams, but long term, they're not going to be a dominant team. I just don't see it because Shaman Base is going to get tired of this shit after a while because nobody's going to stay in football. LA is not a football town. It's a basketball town. It's a basketball town. So I don't see the LA. That was just the history. I'll say historic. Came back to LA to give you a Super Bowl. That's all they did, really. Because when I look at this game, they came back and say, we want the history of LA. It was a Super Bowl thing. It was a Super Bowl thing. That's all it was. Because I know they ain't gonna win it next year because it's gonna be hard. Sean McVay's just like Pete Carroll. If he doesn't do well, he's gonna go somewhere else. Because he studies how teams is gonna be. Quiet as kept. I won't say it like this. He's a better version of Pete Carroll, and this is what Pete Carroll should have been. He used the running game. He used a lot of running game, to be honest with you. He didn't let Matt go crazy, throwing a lot of interceptions. He threw a few. Because Matt was doing this, just shaking. He didn't know what to fucking do. They had to carry his ass. So Matt's not Russell Wilson. It is what it is. It is what it is. Rams just like the Seahawks. That's all they are. They're gonna be all right. And the same division, come on. I see the pattern with them. But it's a possibility they can go back to St. Louis if they struggle. Because I say the NFL. The NFL is what it is, bro. The NFL is what it is. You can't tell me about the NFL not struggling. It's going to be what it is. It's just LA, that's a great look. You look at the Rams, who you got? The Rams are a better team in this regard. I'll say right now, but they're not the best team in that division. It's just what it is. They're the better team tonight, and they got it. Good morning, Nadia. Salute. But a lot of people pick. It's a lot of people that picked the Bengals yesterday versus the Rams. I saw the spreadsheet, which is sad. You know what's gonna be the Rams' problem? You know what the Rams' problem in the future? Fan base. Not everybody's a Rams fan. There's no loyal fans in LA Rams. I'm sorry because that team's gonna end up moving again. I'm just telling it like it is. If the Rams do not stay that successful, win multiple championships there, they're gonna go somewhere else. Chargers is the only team I would say you could build championship dynasty. It's a trick. It's a trick with the Chargers. Chargers get you guys. If the Raiders don't do good, they got to win the Super Bowl in Las Vegas. It's pressure because once they start building stadiums out west, economy wise, who's better? Vegas is better. Problem with the Raiders is they gonna be the Raiders. I mean, ticket sales gonna be nice, but can they win the Super Bowl? That's the pressures. And the Reds did it for historical reasons. I'm glad they showed people. Yeah, they can win the Super Bowl. To me, that game. I said this before I said the stream. That game came down to coaching. That's all what it was. And it's a team sport. The coach did his thing. He just had penalties to save his ass too. He ain't gonna do that shit next year. They already gonna figure Sean McVay out. They already all these teams are studying right now. They're not gonna end up like that. Cincinnati's a good build. That's the model to go after. What hurts Cincinnati is they run the ball as enough as they should. I said this at the beginning of the stream. They wither away. So, like I said, man, like I said, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. So those teams, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. When I was looking at that last night, I was like, damn, why care? You know, I was looking at I'm glad this game happened. Now the 49ers, I said to myself, I would say Cincinnati would beat the 49ers. 49ers weakness was very simple. They ain't had no run game. They ain't had no run game. Garoppolo would have got stuck so many times. That would have been, and I would say to myself, that would have been an easy Super Bowl, to be honest with for Cincinnati. I just thought of something. I thought this yesterday and a couple days ago. I said Cincinnati would have beat the 49ers. That would have been upset. Because the pressure would have been on Cincy. San Francisco already got a lot of Super Bowls. That would have been too easy for Cincinnati. So the Rams had pressure as well, the city of LA. And that wasn't an LA thing. That was just to shut people up. Historically, they wanted to win that. That's a historic win. That's all it was. It wasn't really a win. It was just a historic win to shut people up. They could say, yeah, we won in LA, but it was an asterisk though. I can say that's an asterisk because the penalties, if you watch the tail end of the game, you already know they wanted him to have that. Now people's probably killing each other over bets. A lot of people lost a lot of bets against the Rams. You bet against the Rams, you lose. It happens. People's gonna get their heads and hands knobbed off over going against the Rams. Everybody was picking the Bengals. I saw the spreadsheet. Everybody was on the Bengals side. Joe Burrow. But Burrow got hurt. What hurt him? He got hurt last year. And that's why what he did this year is impressive. He'll do it again. He'll do it again. He's that type of quarterback. He's gonna improve, and they're gonna give him some pieces on the offensive end. They're gonna keep mixing. They're gonna keep Chase. They're gonna get a lot of guys. The offense is gonna be spread out quick. The defense is gonna get better. Cincinnati's defense get better every year. That's just Cincinnati. You play Cincinnati, you're gonna be somebody. Cincinnati's gonna be that team. They're gonna get some pieces. They might get a tight end. That's gonna be good too. They need a tight end bad. If he ain't got nobody to throw it to, you got receivers, but you also got tight ends. You need a real tight end that's good off the cuff of catches. Because when Mixon threw that touchdown pass, oh boy, that was hilarious. That shit was wild, man. That shit was wild. But Cooper Kupp kept them in the game. They struck first. LA had to strike first. If LA didn't struck first, the Bengals would have won the Super Bowl if they just played it right. But see, since they won the coin toss or they gave it to the Rams, I forget how they did it. Yeah, Rams got the ball first, and Bengals got the ball in the next possession. So yeah, man. What's going on, mate? Salute. But like I said, man, like most people pick the Bengals. A lot of people try to say they picked the Rams. That's bullshit. I saw the spreadsheet. They picked the Bengals because of Joe Burrow. The media was pushing that so hard too. They mad now. Someone's got their hands and their face knocked off because Rams had to shut them up. That was a historic win. That's all it was. I look at that game. That's a historic win. That's a historic win. A lot of people said they can go back. I don't think they're gonna go back. They like the Seahawks. The way the coaching style, Sean McVay and Pete Carroll, they like those guys that can throw. I've noticed that they barely use the running game. When I saw that game, I said, "Damn, they ain't even use the running game." Cincinnati fell for it. If you go to pass, the defense is gonna blitz you every time. They're gonna blitz Burrow. So they did right. They studied that Tennessee game. So Sean McVay had to go blitz, zone, blitz, zone, blitz, zone. They kept switching on them. They had some good running game, but they stopped Mixon. Mixon was dangerous. They didn't stop Chase. I'm gonna tell you this. Chase was catching balls and getting first downs. And that dude that caught that touchdown for Cincinnati, number 85, that's an embarrassment on defense. Their defense was trash on LA Rams. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They didn't do a good job like that. They did a good job on the run stops. I give them that. But on the passing rush, their pass rush was just trash. Suspect. That's why they're not going back again. That's why Donald retired. If he retires, like he said, that team ain't gonna be shit. I'm just gonna tell you that right now on defense. You know what's gonna happen to the Rams? They're gonna end like Seattle or worse, but they're gonna have an explosive offense, but their defense is gonna be lackluster. See, that's what happens when you win a Super Bowl. The pressure's on LA, so LA is going to have to be a team like if they study the AFC and NFC and look at who they got, the Rams should be like a standard team. But the problem with that, since you're in LA, you got to carry the weight of the downtrodden. Nobody wants to live in LA. Quiet as kept, nobody wants to live in LA. They're not paying no damn taxes. It ain't nothing great about it. A sports team does not save cities. They just don't. That's a combination of everything. I'll say it like this: stars do, not the team. The team just participates like everybody else. I just don't see people doing that. Only teams I've seen doing that, I would say the Lakers can do something because they got a huge organization. They care about the city. Last time you saw that was with Kobe. So I don't know who the Rams got as a star. Odell Beckham got hurt. That was a good feat. Odell Beckham gave him that work. Yes, I'll give him that. When he got hurt, I knew it was kind of like almost over. Like Cincinnati could have had that. What hurt Cincinnati, they didn't run the ball as much. And penalties. That's why the Rams won. Rams were saved by those penalties. And coaching. Sean McVay saved them. If Sean McVay had a lackluster coaching night in that Super Bowl, he'll never hear the end of it. He'd have been gone. But the ownership wanted that. So in the future, they're not going to be a great team. Short term, they're right now, but future wise, they're not going to be a great team. I already know that their future is going to be. So if Donald retired, Aaron Donald retired, right? That means that defense is done. I don't see Von Miller's good, but he gonna leave. Something about him. See, I don't like Von Miller. I told you. I like my Broncos in the AFC, but I told you, you saw what happened. It went down. Matthew Stafford, I don't know how many years he played in the NFL. He'll play some couple more years, and he ain't gonna last long in LA. They're gonna get tired of him after a while. A superstar quarterback always wins Super Bowl championships, even though it's a team sport, but they always use them. See, Joe Burrow's trying to be that star to replace Brady. See, Brady's gone. I don't know if he's gonna go on and come right back. Some people say he's gonna come back and retire. I don't believe that. I think he's gone for real, because he realized it ain't worth it. If Joe Burrow did what he did, he's coming back. That's your start. Pat Mahomes, him, the Jackson kid from Baltimore, but he gonna go somewhere else. He may go to Tampa Bay because I know he's from Tampa Bay. Because he didn't sign that extension with the Ravens. The Ravens are through. Ravens had their chances to go to the Super Bowl. They had their chances. They're fucking up big time. So yeah, Tom Brady's gone. A lot of people try to say he gonna come back and shit. Nah, he ain't coming back. The way I saw that game in the playoffs, busted lip. Nah, he ain't gonna risk that. That's just people holding on to old glory. Please, Tom, come back. You know what I'm saying? But what I saw with Joe Burrows last night, nah, he's coming back. That's your star right there. Him, Pat Mahomes, who else? The guy, Josh Allen, he's another one. It's a lot of good AFC young guys. They're your stars. NFC ain't got shit but Kyle Murray. That's it. Dak is okay, but Dak's problem is Jerry. Dallas ain't doing shit. Philadelphia's fine. If they keep that guy from Alabama, no, he's gonna have to adjust his game. Philly's gonna be fine too. But the Commanders, Washington Commanders, that's petty by the government. You know that, right? They still gonna be the Skins. Sorry. People don't care about that commander shit. They're still petty and racist, so they're just showing you their racism of that name. They had votes for that name. Yeah, because he didn't sign the extension with the Ravens. He didn't sign a full extension. Dre told me about it. It's a possibility. He's from Tampa Bay originally. Think about Tom Brady retiring. Yeah, the Commanders. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I hate that name. They voted for that name. It was a red something dogs or something, and then they got the Commanders. Twitter was pissed. Washington's still gonna be trash. They ain't going nowhere. They probably have a good defense after that, but that team's still gonna be trash. It ain't what it used to be. Imagine them winning the Super Bowl, call themselves Commanders. That's gonna be some crazy shit in that division. That division's known to win a lot of Super Bowls too. But the Rams, I see Seattle. That's all I see is Seattle. I like Sean McVay. He's good. He's from Georgia originally. He went to Marist College somewhere out in the cab. It's a private school. And Sean McVay is gonna have a hard time staying in LA. The pressure's on him to win another one back to back. Um, if you look at the Lakers is through. I don't see them winning a championship this year. But here's the thing: NBA season's not over. I can't say they're out of it. You know, they in playoff contention, but I just don't see them. You know, but you know, it'd be funny if the Lakers did win and the Rams win. Oh, the Lakers would get more credit than the Rams. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Pressure's on the Lakers now. Now, see, the fans don't really care for the Rams. Everybody bet against the Rams. When I saw that spreadsheet, they was going for Cincinnati. I shook my head. See, this is why I don't like the NFL. Okay, you host in LA, the city's damn near dying. You got homeless problems, politics, and all that other shit, right? Niggas still ain't going back. They got burned. You know what's gonna bring niggas back? Lakers games. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Lakers games is what's popping. Dodgers, Rams is on the bottom. You know what I mean? Sean McVay's got his chances. It's signing Westbrook. Yes, I agree with that. Lakers got a long way to go, man. And the Rams are just laughing. They should enjoy this win because that's a statement. That's a historic win. I think this Super Bowl, when the Rams won, they didn't want that asterisk to say, well, we won in St. Louis. Yeah, it's like a city. Always have been. It's always have been. I said that early in the stream, Wacky. I said the only way the Rams get that respect, you gotta have multiple championships in LA. And it's hard because y'all's championship was in St. Louis. Or trade to get Westbrook back. Yeah, they tried to trade him to Houston. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's gonna go down. Knowing LA, they want to keep his ass. I don't know what's wrong with LA. I'm not a Lakers fan. That's my dad's team, but that team, that'd be funny. But Lakers gonna be all right next couple of years. I say they'll be up and down. They ain't contention. But that Rams team, what I saw last night, that's just a beginning to the end. But short term, they're gonna be good. But long term, that's not gonna last long. They can always go back to St. Louis because that's where the career started when they won that championship. You can build a dynasty in St. Louis and rejuvenate that city. Well, I said LA can fix itself. Yeah, it can, but not with the Rams. It's tough. Rams is not a easy sell. Rams is not easy sell. It's hard. They did that years ago. I mean, the jersey's nice. Don't get me wrong, the paraphernalia is nice, but outside of that, that's a hard sell. Lakers is an easy sell. This is a big market. Dodgers, big market. All that. What's going on, G's? Cincinnati, if they would have won that championship, that would change history. Especially that state, Ohio. I would say they're the best team in that division right now. Ravens done went down. Then they got rid of the coaching. Lamar Jackson ain't gonna stay there long term. He know that. Ravens not a bad team. It's just in that division. See, Steelers is done. I don't see the Steelers coming back. They're gonna be trash for the rest of the years. Ravens too. You know what's gonna say? You know what's gonna say? Cleveland division. You got Cincinnati, it's the toughest one to beat. Yeah. Rumor was that LA tried to trade Westbrook to get John Wall and Eric Gordon some draft picks, but getting Wall for Westbrook isn't a big improvement for LA. Exactly. I tried to tell that to the advisor. I was trying to tell that to DeAndre. It's a good move, but it wouldn't be an upgrade. It was going third. Salute. And it's just like I said, man. Like most people are gonna pick who they're gonna choose anyway. And it's just like I said, man. Like I realize those teams is gonna be who they are. Yeah. Like I said, man, I mean the Rams should enjoy the win. But next year they ain't gonna win again. Since they lost Donald, their defense is gonna be lackluster. Their offense is gonna be good. I'll tell you this. The Rams offense is gonna be excellent. They're gonna keep Cup. They gotta keep Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford didn't really do shit. He did all right. He did all right. For my liking, he did all right. He did all right. It don't make him a great quarterback, but he did all right. I'm not impressed. He threw a couple of interceptions. See, he gonna learn coming up next year. This year, he don't care. He's by his ring right now. But when it comes to next year, yeah, he retired, Wacky. Yeah, he said he's gonna retire. He's sure. He said that. I don't know if he announced it yet, but if he does, that means Rams ain't going nowhere. It's just gonna be like Seattle, man. They'll go to the playoffs. To be fair, they'll go to the playoffs. They keep Sony Michelle, yeah, they're going to the playoffs. Von Miller too, but if Von Miller leaves, I don't trust their defense. Seriously, I don't trust their defense. They'll keep Odell. They need to keep Odell and make sure he's healthy. He keeps the pressure off of Cup. Yes. They gonna keep Odell. They gonna keep Odell. Odell's coming back. He won a championship. He gonna come back. You keep Odell, they're gonna be an offensive team. That's an easy sell. Hard sells defense. Defense was the championship for you. They determine how you gonna stay on the field or not. Cincinnati got that. Cincy, they ain't got the running game. So Joe Burrow's already a great quarterback. It's a great start. You made it to the Super Bowl. Now the pressure is, can you win one? And in that division, Cincinnati's up there. And then you got Cleveland. Baltimore's on the bottom, right next to them. And then you got Pittsburgh. Because Lamar Jackson's not going to stay there long term. I'm sorry, it's just not. He didn't sign the extension. When Drake told me that shit, Baltimore's not winning another one. Not with him. That's just what it is. Because Baltimore, their problem is front office, coaching. That determines how your team is gonna be. Yeah, they'll be back in a few years, but they'll be back next year. They got a good solid team. I see the division is gonna open up. I'll say they'll be back next year. I don't know about the Super Bowl though, but Super Bowl is a possibility. I don't trust the Chiefs because the Chiefs gonna be. Yeah, that's what most people I believe. Yeah, it's understandable. I say they're gonna be back next year though. The way they had that team, they just missing one piece. I think the problem with the Bengals, if they had enough guys on defense, enough pass rushers, that would help them a little bit. I already know they have a few weaknesses, but them receivers, and that boy caught that touchdown, number 85. They burnt Ramsey. Ramsey on the Rams is trash. I'm just gonna tell you for real. He didn't deserve that Super Bowl either, but he didn't do anything. He gets burnt every time. See, the Jacksonville Ramsey was better. The Rams Ramsey, not so much. He was chasing the ring. That's all it was. They acquired him, but he was ring chasing. He won the ring chase. He won that trade and ring chase. They asked him for the trade, and they said, all right, go ahead, Ramsey. He didn't really do much. He's another one they propped up. It was him, Donald. But the key factor of that game was Von Miller kept him in check. Von was hyping him up. He was actually doing the work. So it was a team sport. That's the Super Bowl. But Odell Beckham will be back for that team. Oh yeah, he's looking for another Super Bowl. That's what he lives for. Now, Matthew Stafford's got to just shut up and play and be efficient and don't make bad plays. But knowing his track record, nah, he's not their quarterback they want. They just got him out of desperation. He's good, but he ain't the best. I still hold that angst to him in Detroit. No, you was trash in Detroit, bro. That ain't Detroit's fault. Detroit's always had lackluster teams. That's the curse of Barry Sanders. And I believe what the advisor will say. Yeah, that's the curse of Barry Sanders. Detroit will always going to be that team, will never get over the hump. They just going to have to make a few changes, do what Cincinnati did. Because Cincinnati's going to be a team to be reckoned with. I'm telling you, in the playoffs. Nobody cares about the Chiefs anymore. The Chiefs, with Mahomes got a good offense, but his defense is not helping him stay on the field as much longer. That's why the offense is not going to be fluid. The Bills are going to be the Bills. I already know how the AFC is going to be. Tennessee will be bad. They need a quarterback. Raiders need to adjust their whole roster. Who else was in it? It's a couple of AFC teams was good. But that's just it. It ain't that many. Patriots are going to be the Patriots. So, yeah, again, AFC is all right. You got talent. NFC, not so much. Because the Rams, I would say they're your third best in that conference. Besides the Buccaneers, because you got Tom Brady, and then you got the 49ers. 49ers, I think Garoppolo won't last. I don't think he won't last. I don't think he wants to play in San Francisco. Quiet as kept. He's good, but, he just, San Francisco got a long way to go. I don't even like the 49ers like that. Aaron Rodgers will go somewhere else. I see the Broncos or the Saints. He may go to Denver. He may go to Denver because I served some reports. He may go to Denver because Denver is a team that can win a Super Bowl. That's my favorite AFC team, by the way, too. I used to have a bedroom headdress when I was younger. That's because of Elway. Even though I'm a big Eagles fan, I've always been a big Eagles fan. But as I said, like if you have those teams like that, that's the NFL's gonna be. But see, when I saw that Super Bowl, man, it's very telling. I don't see LA lasting long term, but they try to win another one. But they defense is suspect. I would love to see who they gonna draft on defense in college. There's a lot of good defensive players in the southern teams I've seen lately. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. I want to see who's good in college because I didn't watch that much college football like that. They get something out of Georgia, those seniors. Oh, that's gonna be credible, man. There's a lot of good teams out there, man. In college, they can draft. But we'll see what the Rams get. But I wouldn't pick the Rams as my first choice to win the Super Bowl. No, they just got good coaching. But Sean McVay will be challenged again because they already know how they're gonna get him. It's gone by legs. Like I said, man, you got all these teams. Yeah, man, that Super Bowl is interesting. That's gonna probably be the deciding ones of all time. It's gonna be another one like this. I think you ain't gonna see the same teams all the time, and that's what's so tough about back to back Super Bowls. The Rams are gonna have a hard time going back because the way I know about the NFC, no, they want that ring. So teams I say will go back. The Rams may go back because they're the defending champs. Cowboys may go back. Problem is Jerry. We gotta see how Cowboys do in regular season. Eagles may come back. Good morning, Shar. Oh, happy V-Day to you. Uh, Packers, they ain't going back because Aaron Rodgers may leave. The Packers are gonna go down. They out of there. Bears and the Vikings got an opportunity to do something there, or Detroit. Them three teams. Somebody's got to do something. They got to draft very well to get where they at because the draft determines how they're gonna be. Cincinnati did the right thing. Who else is gonna be good in the NFC? Let's see. San Francisco may go back. Peace, Absalon. And it's gonna be one of those teams, man. Like I see Arizona may go back. They got Kyle Murray. Everybody wants to go back again. So a lot of teams will go back. But the teams that didn't make it to the playoffs, they have a shot to go to the Super Bowl if they want to, or the playoffs. But Cincinnati, nah, they got Joe Burrow. Nah, he's going back. He's going back. Joe Burrow's gonna want it again. I just see it. The way he destroyed Kansas City, that's pressure. That's pressure. Everybody's looking for Cincinnati to go back again. So like I said, they got a few years now. Joe Burrow's gonna be back. He gonna improve. He gonna have to get bigger, a lot stronger, and in that pocket. time it is. Oh, it's 10:43. Damn. Stopped by last night. Yeah, I just can't wait for the advisor show. I'm gonna air this shit out. Got a lot of screenshots for the fuckery. He said congrats to the Rams. Yeah, I said my congrats to LA. You know, the Rams don't do their thing. A lot of people can't stand the Rams. The ones that pick for Cincy, that's a lot. Once I saw that spreadsheet, I was embarrassed. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? I said, what the fuck they doing, man? But that's, they want to see that Joe 3. They try to compare it to Joe Namath. That's a bad comparison. I blame Tom. I blame. Oh, you didn't watch the Super Bowl? Oh, I watched it, Absalon. Oh, it was great. Cincinnati could have had that shit. That was a close game. The penalties what saved the Rams. Cooper Kupp carried them. I'd say that as a wide receiver, how can you carry easy? Just tell Matt throw the ball to you. All you gotta do is catch it. He ran up the middle, the side. That's a scoring receiver. Odell Beckham's not a scoring receiver. He always get hurt a lot. He's injury prone. That's what's gonna hurt their team. That's why I say the Rams ain't gonna go back and win the Super Bowl. They're easy to beat. They ain't got no defense. Rams was not known for their defense historically. They known for their offense. Rams is never a defensive team. Yeah, the Tiger versus Aries was a Super Bowl. Yeah, I think Dre said that. Peace. Yeah, he's a hell of a player and glad for OBJ. Yeah, he got him a Super Bowl. Now you can shut up about it. But I'll say the Rams, they're a good playoff team, but not a championship team. They just did that to shut LA people up. The ones that say they couldn't win it in LA. I heard a lot of insults years ago. Like they went back to LA, and I remember they was gonna go back to the LA thing, and I read their little article. I said to myself, their best year was St. Louis. I didn't like them when they were St. Louis Rams. But that LA shit, they needed that for historical reasons because they didn't want to be recognized if they couldn't win in LA like the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders won one, but they didn't win multiple. They didn't want to be like one of those teams. They couldn't win the big one as a starting team in LA. So that's a good look for Los Angeles. It's just can Sean McVay and the quarterback be that tandem? I just don't see it future wise. No, they're gonna be like Seattle. I see that pattern of Pete Carroll and Sean McVay. Sean McVay's a good coach. I don't want that pressure though. If I was a coach like that at that age, yeah, he won at 36. That's a big feat. No other coach has ever done that. But I'll say it like this: the Rams gonna be fine, but they're not gonna be the team in the future. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, Aries creature. What's their species? They're not a Capernae. They're a Bovidae. It's called Bovidae. Y'all can look it up. A Bovidae. That's a ram. I said that on the stream on YNGs on their species. That's a Bovidae creature. They have those little horns that goes around. It's a ram. That's a ram. It's a Bovidae creature. It's a cousin of the Capernae creature, of the Capricorn. So a ram is like a Bovidae creature. It's kind of like a goat, but it has that little horns that's hooked around. It's a ram. It's different types of rams and species. So the Aries creature, but they species family is called Bovidae. Even though the Aries creature, they would say they are that same family. Trailblazers. The Zodiac is known for trailblazing. That means leadership, trailblazers. They've always found new adventures, trailblazers. They're I think I did a Zodiac stream on them. They known for a lot of things. They take risks. First house of the Zodiac. So you already know. My dad's an Aries though. He's one of those. He's a March Aries too. He's born the same day as Jack Johnson. I told him that he was surprised. Yeah, he's an Aries. He takes risks. They're trailblazers. They change shit. You got a couple people that I know is Aries in the spaces. Charles, Mike, I think Q the General. So a lot of people I know is Aries. There's a couple of Aries here. It's not a bad sign. It's a sign you can use in situational in business. It's a cardinal sign. Fire cardinal. So they FCs. So you got your FCs around the world. EFs. I'm an EF over here, so I'm an Earth fixed. So yeah. Because the Aries. Yes. Yes, he said in the sense of the world, events probably would be military, masculinity when it comes to Aries. That's correct, Art. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Since their planetary sign is Mars, yes. That's that red planet. Yes. Mars. That's how they trailblaze. So I know a little bit about it. I've read some horoscopes in there. I wish I had a book on that. The one I found on that website talks about the Torah cards. So Aries is something else. My sign in the Torah card is a Hierophant. It's kind of like what you say in the Pope with the staff. So I'm an Earth fix. So a Taurus is kind of second house of zodiac, 5th month. First zodiac of the fixed signs. And then behind that's Leo. Then you got your Scorpio. And the last one is Aquarius. It's a winter month. All right, Bala. Yeah. Aquarius is the last one. They're the 11th house, even though they're the 4th of the fixed signs. So they air. Yeah. Since we're in the age of truth going into Pisces in the future, that's the dreamers. The dreamer sign, the fish. That's the dreamers. They dream always, all the time. They're big dreamers. I think I have a cousin that's a March Pisces. Yeah, he's cool, but he loves martial arts. Interesting. Pisces are different. And Shaq's birthday's next month. Him and Charles Barkley, their birthday's next month. So we're in Aquarius, I believe. Yeah, it's Aquarius season. Yeah, we're in Aquarius season. Going on Pisces is the next season start. So home of the dreamers, 12th sign, the last sign of the zodiac. So Pisces. Yeah, year of the Tiger, Bengals. Excellent defense all around. They'll be back again. They're gonna beat Kansas City again. Kansas City got a lot of weakness on defense. They got a great offense. It's gonna be the same way. What Pat Mahomes need, his team, they need better defensive guys. They need a superstar defensive tackle, kind of like Aaron Donald. They need guys like that, and they definitely need guys that are actually decent. The Chiefs need a real defensive line. Period. They need a superstar like guy to keep Cincinnati at bay. Cincinnati gonna get one too. That's gonna be your future AFC championships if they keep going the same year. Buffalo's not good, man. Buffalo's just Buffalo. That's a hard sell. Buffalo's not a Super Bowl team. They're cursed for life. The four Bills, the Bills are gonna be the Bills, man. It's not going. They ain't going nowhere. I do see Tennessee coming out of there. Vrabel's Patriot system. He just need a quarterback. Tennessee gets a quarterback, it's over. It'll be Cincinnati and Tennessee in AFC championships, and then you're gonna see Kansas City. It's gonna be those three teams come out of AFC. That's your best three teams. Outside of that, nobody else is not that good. Oh, I forgot about Deshaun Watson. God damn it. Deshaun Watson. Oh, he'd go any team. He can go to my dad's team that I like. What he likes is Tennessee. I see him going to the Titans. He can go anywhere. He can go to say New Orleans. I heard he said New Orleans want him too. But I don't know. That's a hard sell. I don't think he want to play with the Saints because they're not winning. He wants somebody contending probably. I wouldn't see him in Baltimore. That's a bad fit. I do see him in Green Bay. Deshaun Watson would fit well in Green Bay if Green Bay's trying to build around him. That's a hard sell too. Green Bay's not a contending team. Deshaun Watson with the Green Bay Packers would be nice. Or he may go to the Chicago Bears. He go any team. He's that likable. Carolina Panthers, I see that. Atlanta. They'll get Deshaun Watson. He said Eagles for picks is 15 and 17, 21. Yeah, they're gonna have good picks, Mace. I don't know what their picks are in positioning, but they'll be back in the playoffs. They're gonna have to adjust some things. See, Dallas, what's hurting them is ownership. Jared's not gonna give that up. They're cursed for life. Dallas is cursed for life. Period. They ain't going nowhere. And Dak is not the issue. It's the ownership. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. They're cursed for life. Period. They're like the Knicks in the NFL. They're like the Knicks in the NFL. They were great, and no one cares about them. And that's gonna be embarrassing too. So Dallas had plenty of chances in the Brady era. Just couldn't do it. So yeah, that's y'all's teams, man. That's y'all's teams in the NFL. So yeah, the Rams are setting the standard. They said, like, we won the Super Bowl, y'all. Now they got to rebuild their defense again. They got to be superb now. That's what saves you in championships and penalties. Matthew Stafford's not that guy, man. I just don't see him now. He gonna be a backup quarterback at best. Let's go on past the salute. If I was Rams, I'll get another superstar. I'll get a superstar quarterback better than Matthew Stafford because he did horrible in the Super Bowl. That's his first time too, so he did all right, but he did horrible on certain plays. He could have did better. And you're a veteran quarterback. He ain't gonna last long. They're gonna get another one. It's gonna be star proven. They're gonna move him to the backup position. And that championship don't really mean nothing. And the next championship, if they do go back, you have a star quarterback. That's who always wins the Super Bowl MVPs. It's them, wide receivers, sometimes defensive tackles, linebackers. It depends on how you play. Every possession is different. See, football is different. Basketball is different. It's similar to basketball, but the difference in basketball, you got to play your ass off. You got to dominate all 4 games in 4 quarters. In comparison to LeBron, he does everything. But as a team sport in basketball, like I'll say Golden State, everybody gets the ball. It's who's going to be scoring the most. So, yeah, Giannis is cold. I see him winning again. Atlanta, the Hawks, they lackluster. But they'll be back. That's the only team that can challenge Milwaukee. Philadelphia's good. They got to put up a shutout. So Milwaukee is. I got them winning again, coming out of the East. Everybody else, they all right. East is gonna be exciting. You got Boston, you got Washington, Chicago. You got a lot of good teams. The West is lackluster. You got Phoenix, you got Golden State, you got who else you got? Lakers is still on the bottom. You got Denver, you got Utah, you got Dallas. It's a lot of good teams. Clippers is through. The Clippers is through. It's a lot of good teams in the West. I gotta see the standings, see who's good. So yeah, they're good. So yeah, that's just a morning check in. So anyways, y'all, I'm about to head on in, do something. Yeah, Memphis John Morant. Yeah, I forgot about Memphis John Morant. Yeah, he's good. I forgot. Memphis is good. Memphis is good. I love to see them in the playoffs. They're gonna be good. Appreciate y'all coming through. Mace, Walla X, Anji's Art, Epsilon, Shar, who else? Auntie, Juan, Third Ward, Wacky, Legendary Wacky World of O. Sincerely, Nadia. Appreciate you, Nadia. Lady Love. Who else came through? Torian, Travis, the Captain Ghost himself, and Doug. Appreciate y'all coming through. So with that, I want to say peace and shalom. Oh hell, Skull, and I'm out.